LoungeMediaPro.com.
We're in the house with Snoop Dogg, man. 935 KDAY, of course, about the day back in the day. Julio G in here.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Snoop, about gangster rap right now. I mean, you know, you were an incredible. I mean, you added so much to the game. I was telling somebody this the other day, and you know, Eazy-E's my man. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
always give it up and put it down. But
Yes,
I was just telling somebody the other day. I said I don't really think Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound really get their appreciation from the West Coast. Yeah, we buy their records. Yeah, we would love to go see their show. I really don't think you guys get appreciated for, like, Eazy-E, you know, he made 2 or 3 records, maybe 4, you know what I mean? You've done like 14, 15. Daz done 15, 10. Corrupt's done 7, 8, 9. Nate's done 3 or 4. Between all y'all collectively, you guys' catalog is easily over 150 songs. You know what I mean? I really don't think that people, you know, if we would have seen Eazy do that, what would we really said about him? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In that sense, you know what I mean? And I think it's sometimes a little unfair to y'all, you know what I mean?
You know what they say, not to cut you off, but you know what they say. They don't really respect you till you really gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I see that with all the artists that, you know, have passed on. You know what I'm saying? They really never was really respected or really appreciated until they were gone, until you really couldn't have that presence of mind to be able to touch them or see them or feel them no more. So it made you really, you know, intensify with their music. So I don't really feel like we underappreciated. I just feel like it's so much, you know, garbage that they being fed with all these other suckers that get this airtime and this radio play that, you know, sometimes it's distracting for them to really love and cherish their true kings. You know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt about it. Y'all the West Coast kings for sure, man. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, just like I said, there's no disrespect to Eazy whatsoever, because I'm sure he'd say the same thing right now. You guys have really done a run and kept us in the game. If there was no Dog Pound, no Snoop Dogg, the West would have been like, whoa. I mean, there's so much that I don't think people realize that till you listen and really get down with that. It's like, oh, man, you guys have really kept the void, because it's very hard out here, Snoop. And that was my next question, which is, do you feel that because you guys are so dope, it's hurt, like, another West Coast artist from really coming up? Because, you know what I mean? If I ain't done with Dre or I ain't done with Snoop, then people ain't trying to hear me, man. Or,
it definitely hurt them, because they have to definitely have a high standard of music now. Not only the music has to be great, but the production has to be top notch. The delivery has to be right. The concept, you know, everything, because you got a trend that's been set. It's like when NWA was out. What nobody else really getting that love on the big level like NWA, because wasn't nobody else doing it like that.
Yeah.
You got to do it your own. Ice-T did his thing, you know, King T did his thing, but wasn't nobody doing it like NWA was doing it, because you got to have your own niche and you got to push a little harder. Like even with us right now, right? We doing our thing, DPG, but I say Cube, Mac 10, Dub C, they still pumping their guns, they doing their thing. Game making noise, doing his thing.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cam still drop rocks every once in a while, you know what I'm saying, to try to be heard from the underground. So it's like, we still got pieces to the puzzle that definitely inspire us, you know, because if we didn't have the other rappers that I just said, we wouldn't be inspired to continue to make music, because we can't just sit around and be inspired to make music looking at ourselves. We sometimes have to hear other people get down. When DJ Pooh and Threat was doing their thing, that really had me really on DJ Pooh line, like, Pooh, I need to get with you, man. Let's make records. And me and Pooh started making records, and Pooh brought Battle Cat to me, and it just started connecting everything. From one song, from you know escape, can't get away.
Know where to hide.
Dang it.
Definitely, man. Snoop Dogg, talk to me about this Dog Pound album and what it's all about, and what the audience is gonna get when we get this Dog Pound album.
Man, I want to say it like this, man. The Dog Pound is definitely in their groove where they need to be at. You know what I'm saying? Not that they wasn't, or not that they were, you know, on the wrong path or whatnot, but sometimes you lose focus on what you sound like or what you best sound like on when you're not really with the conductor. You know what I'm saying? And I look at myself as the conductor of the DPG, and the homies love when I'm driving and when I'm quarterbacking. It's not even an ego situation like with other artists that I've dealt with in the past, where they really felt like my direction was harmful to their career after a certain point. The DPG really understand that my direction is helpful to their career, especially where they trying to get to, looking at where I'm going, looking at where I'm at, looking at all the opportunities that I get and all of the moves that I have. is because I direct my career. And with them following my direction and letting me drive and putting them in a position where they need to be at, their record is definitely going to sound the way it needs to sound. There's going to be records on there that are going to be mature, educated, grown records where they're going to say something. There's going to be gangster records where they're going to just get their bang on and let their knees us hang to the fleezo and just do and say what they want to do. Then there's going to be some records on there that's going to make everybody think, because it's that time now. They've grown now. Everybody has something to say now. You can't just waste your time with a record and just make records that are here today. We want records that's going to be here tomorrow.
Stu, let me ask you about New York, man. Like, how you feel when you go to New York now? And I remember, man, I just seen a clip of you the other day when you was at the Source Awards and you was banging on them on the stage with your cane, and you was like, you know what I mean? If y'all don't like it, just let it be known. But I mean, you really, really banged on them, because this is New York you in, man, at their spot. But I mean, how does it feel now to go over there and I hate to say, but you know, they didn't jack the gangster style in a sense. Like, they don't really give it the props, but you know, they like, you know, it's crazy. I trip when I hear New York records and they be like, yo, this is gangster. Yo, this gangster. And I'm like, damn, I remember they used to hate that word. They used to cringe when they heard gangster. Now it's like the thing, like the beginning of the song always gotta be, you know what I mean? Check it out, coming through. This is gangster. And I'm like, man, homie, you turned them out, Holmes. I gotta tell you, you turned them out. Between you, Tupac, Ice Cube, Mac 10, Dub C, and the list goes on, y'all had turned them out, man. Down to Mossberg. Because I've been in New York and I was messing with Nori one day and his homies, I went in his house, man, they had Mossberg, MC8 in they deck, and I'm like, y'all listen to Mossberg? Oh, yeah, B. Yeah, B. I was like, oh, man. That's cool, though. But they be studying what you're doing and they acting like it ain't really all that. You know what I mean?
Our thing is this. When New York rap first hit the scene, every West Coast rapper praised them. We loved them. We welcomed them with open arms. We let them come to our skating rings and perform. We paid money to see them. We supported their Fresh Fest. We did everything as a fan would do. That's what we did for those guys when the rap game was brand new to us and we were learning it. And then once we figured out how to master it, you know, we wanted the same love, but we never got it in return because a lot of them felt like we took their thing and ran with it. But then once they got control of the game again, they failed to understand that they took our thing to get their thing back together, because Death Row had the game on chokehold.
Of course.
And Biggie and Puff came with the same style that we were using, just with an East Coast approach, which opened up that gangster avenue. And Biggie was my nephew. He was a friend of mine. So it was cool for him to do that, to get away with that, because I was blessing him with the permission to do that.
No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying? I had a relationship with him and Pop. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that how I got down. I didn't have no hatred toward him because that was my partner, and that was my partner, just like Pac was my partner. So I say that to say this: when we, you know, doing our thing, making these records or whatnot, it ain't just us trying to make a point. It's us trying to make a movement. And right now with the DPG, it's a movement. They back together. They loving each other. People never really got a chance to see Daz and Corrupt on stage. People never really got a chance to see us move as a unit, because we was always doing our own thing. But now we're going to do it together and bring it to y'all the way it's supposed to be brought.
No doubt, man. We got Snoop Dogg in the house.
LoungeMediaPro.com